It's that time of year again. The time to celebrate peace on earth, love among men. And by that I mean in the platonic way, I believe the word is. And also to bitch about cups. Yep, we're doing this again. Now, I'm gonna try not to get too political with this. And I hope you understand this when I say, why are conservative Christians allowed to breathe the same air as us? Okay. Actually, not all conservative Christians are actually bad, honestly. Josh Scorcher turns out to be a conservative and a Christian, but is a very good person, and I recommend you guys check him out. Josh Scorcher, Fiery Joker, and all that. But turns out that a lot of conservative Christians are actually upset because this year they got a green cup with a bunch of people on it, all drawn with one single line as a means to show unity among people. Apparently they found a meaning. Apparently they found a way to get offended by that too. And I quote from the Know Your Meme section for this. This is actually astonishingly both funny and sad. The cup drew social media backlash as conservatives accused Starbucks of attempting to push a liberal agenda. Liberal agenda, while others were upset that the cup, which they interpreted as a holiday-themed cup, despite no indication of that from Starbucks, did not feature any mention of Christmas. Okay, first off, are you really that dense to say that the idea of peace on earth, people not fighting, but showing bonds and unity, that being nice to each other, that literally being a human being with compassion is a liberal agenda? That makes you look like the hateful people, not the liberals. Uh. Second, keep in mind, when each year Starbucks does this, they're holiday cups, but they're also Christmas cups. Because let's be real, you know what the two main colors of Christmas are? Red and green. So the cups being green show that while still technically holiday, it's still tied to its roots of being a Christmas cup. And I can't believe I'm saying this 2 years in a row. It's a fucking cup! It's a fucking cup, you poor little ginger. I hope that noise did not upset my neighbors below me. They're really nice people down there, and I don't want to make them mad. At this rate, we might as well just, well, actually, you know what? I'm a little superstitious, so I'm not going to actually open it for real. But basically, shit's hitting the fan, and it's about to fall on all of us. So we might as well get our umbrellas and open them up. And to think, so soon to the election day. I don't want to go over who I'm voting for. All I know is we're fucked with whatever choice we get. It's just that, in my opinion, with one we're less fucked than we are with the other choice. However, still potentially fucked either way. And shit like this just proves it. When can 2016 end already? We got so many deaths. We got people mocking a gorilla being shot, making fun of the pro-animal activists that basically bitched about it. Only though they bitched about it for about a week, then they stopped. These people are mocking it to no end, to the point where they... forget it. And then there's the fact that we got our presidential nominees, and then there's the fact that we got clowns everywhere. Then there's the fact that we got cops doing more cowardly stuff and killing innocent people than ever. It's... This is it, isn't it? This is how we're going to die. This is how we're all going to die, isn't it? back on topic. It's a fucking cup. And by the way, to everyone upset over this cup that clearly has some sort of influence in their day-to-day lives, you weren't so sympathetic with the ones that were offended in general about anything else. By that I mean, you're the kind of people that are offended by this cup, who criticize others for being offended and complain that this generation is too pussified or sensitive or whatever you want to call it. In fact, I'm just gonna go and say this. We were always a sensitive bunch of people. We just didn't have a platform to voice our thoughts. At all. Like, seriously. There are probably just as many people from the previous generation as there are of this generation, as there are of the next generation, that are both offended and also criticize the offended. It is in human nature to be offended by something at all, in general. And criticizing something in human nature, that's not right. It is human nature to be offended. It is in human nature to love one another. And they're showing both that and not that. It's just complete chaos here in America. I'm guessing this is going to be what it's like, how like it was with Brexit, though I don't know too much about that area, so... I'm genuinely scared for the future of this country. I'm utterly terrified, guys. You have no idea how scared I am. I feel less scared with one candidate, but only slightly more scared with the other candidate. But I feel especially scared by people such as Trump supporters and the alt-right. And while I have heard stories about Hillary supporters being just as bad, I have not seen any examples, or many examples I should say. I've only seen... Come to think of it, no, I haven't seen any examples about it. Many, I should say. Fuck. I have a friend, though, that's a Hillary supporter, and he's one of the nicest guys I've ever known. I'm sorry for getting really political with this. This wasn't meant to be this long, and I don't even know if this can qualify as a rant anymore, but let's try and get back on track. It's a cup. The fact that you are offended by this, yet you criticize those who are openly offended, like on Tumblr or DeviantArt or Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, just goes to show how hypocritical you can be. You might want to take a look in the mirror and think about your life. This is Christian on the X, and in times like this, we gotta try our best to stay positive, no matter how grim things look. It's getting really hard for me to do that because of the state that this country is in, as well as depression and anxiety mounting on that, but it's taking all that I can to just not be down about this sort of thing, not be like we're doomed, there is no God. And just the other day, I got so depressed that I broke down in tears. I don't want that to happen every day of my life. Do me a favor, guys. Stay awesome. Stay positive. And fight with love, not hate. And this isn't a liberal agenda. I'm sincerely asking you to be kind to one another, not to hate one another. That is not a liberal agenda. That is human nature, okay? Sheesh.